Skidoo MXZ X850 with the E-Tech. Now they went in and they made a lot of suspension changes. To look at it, you'd go, looks the same to me, but they're not. The geometry, they lengthened the shocks, they lengthened some arms, they changed the shocks around. And with their new ski, they made this thing a groomed trail machine.
So what we were looking for was key improvements in 3 areas. Better cornering, even more bump filtering and more comfort, and then a higher fun factor and confidence builder.
This thing handles the corners, no ski lift. You just lay flat, effortless to drive it, confident building. I found myself coming into the corners faster and out of the corners faster with ease. The Skidoo Renegade XS with the 850 E-Tech.
This sled has a suspension under it that you will never second guess. The more that I throttled into it, the smoother it went.
Now this machine has always been one of my favorites in the big bumps. With the RAS-X front end, which gained some travel and changed some geometry, to the skis. They're actually got more keel, an outer keel, and the skis bite and don't push at all. They're so positive feeling. And then they go into the R-Motion X rear with the 129 and the 137 skid. They're able to make longer arms, make them lay flatter.
By changing the suspensions, we also allowed us to add more aggressiveness in the ski. So the Pilot X ski is a much more aggressive ski than the Pilot 5.7. And same with the TX versus the Pilot TS. Both of them are a bit more aggressive. You look at the length that we've added more lateral surface to the sides of the ski, a little more precision. So when you come into a turn now, they carve very tightly. And the suspensions are what allowed us to do that.
Skidoo's Backcountry X RS with the 154 2-inch. Now in my opinion, this snowmobile was a great mountain sled 4 or 5 years ago. Now they have it so you can actually trail ride it decent. Feels great on the trails, real easy to drive, but yet when you want to get off and play, go up in the mountains, play in some of the meadows on the UP in northern Minnesota, it has plenty of power, it has plenty of track.
Crossover segment's got really 3 new features this year. One would be the 7-point LCD gauge is available if you want it. You've got a QRS driven clutch that's got more fins on both sides of it, so it's additional cooling in the CVT system. And we've added the belt monitoring system to it.
Skidoo Summit 850 Turbo with the Expert package. Skidoo did a great job. I really enjoyed their Expert package this season riding it. And you know what they did? Threw in a turbo. Now what they do is at 165 at sea level, at 8,000 feet it still makes 165 horse. Normally that motor would have dropped 40 horse at 8,000 feet. It's like a compensator. So you guys in the Midwest that are riding your 850s at home, that's what it's going to feel like when you're riding up in the hills with that turbo.
The mountain segment you can sum up in one word: turbo. That will change the game for mountain riders. You used to have to sacrifice horsepower as you went up in altitude. Now you don't anymore. So the 165 that the flatland guys get to enjoy is the same 165 you enjoy at 8,000 feet. Now after 8,000 feet it does drop off at the same rate as a normally aspirated motor, but it's still 40 extra horsepower, which is huge for those mountain guys. They're loving it. Everybody that's been on it has been just super jazzed about it. They definitely want that as their sled of choice for this year.